From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Saturday, November 8th, 2014. Silver is trading at $15.80 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,178 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $344. Antiwar.com reports the White House has announced that President Obama has authorized a plan to more than double the number of U.S. ground troops in Iraq, signing off on another 1,500 troops. Officials declined to offer details about the timing of the deployment or what the massive number of new advisors will actually be doing on the ground in Baghdad and Erbil. Last week, however, General Martin Dempsey began pushing the idea of moving the advisors out of Baghdad and Erbil and onto the front lines with Iraqi ground troops in combat against the Islamic State. The White House also revealed they are pushing the lame duck Congress to agree to another $5.6 billion for funding the war. So far, most of the cost of the war has been buried in other Pentagon funding for contingencies, though repeated escalations are making it harder to do this. That's likely to lead to a clash between the administration and the incoming super hawkish Congress, which is planning to push for an outright ground war in Iraq and Syria, and will no doubt use its power of the purse as leverage to try to force such escalations. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Roberts & Roberts Brokerage. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They now take Bitcoin for purchasing precious metals so you can turn your profits into a long-term investment. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing. 800-874-9760. UPI reports the Supreme Court decided to take up consideration on whether the Patient Protection Affordable Care Act allows for subsidies in states without their own insurance exchanges. Justices announced Friday afternoon they would hear a review of King v. Burwell, a Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals case in which judges unanimously upheld an interpretation of the law that allows subsidies for residents of states that do not set up their own insurance exchanges. Critics of the law have interpreted a particular phrase in the law which says subsidies were to be available for those enrolled through an exchange established by the state to mean that those enrolled through federal exchanges did not qualify. Judge Roger Gregory, writing for the Fourth Circuit, agreed with the argument made by the administration that Congress's intent in writing the law clearly meant to include federal exchanges, an interpretation that is supported by numerous public statements of lawmakers and aides involved in the process. The case, should the Supreme Court side with the challengers, has serious implications on the long-term stability of the Patient Protection Affordable Care Act. Prohibiting those millions of people from receiving subsidies would strike a serious blow to the law, perhaps dooming it altogether. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Coinbase. Coinbase is a simple and secure online Bitcoin wallet for sending, receiving, and storing Bitcoin. Coinbase also allows you to buy and sell Bitcoin using a bank account or use their tools to accept Bitcoin as a merchant. Coinbase has more than 1 million consumer wallets and is trusted by over 25,000 merchants, including Overstock.com, Khan Academy, Reddit, and of course, FPP. I trust Coinbase. You should too. Get started at coinbase.fppradio.com. That's coinbase.fppradio.com. Reuters reports President Barack Obama will nominate Brooklyn federal prosecutor Loretta Lynch to replace the retiring Eric Holder as U.S. Attorney General. The 55-year-old North Carolina native and Harvard-trained lawyer has deep experience in both civil rights and corporate fraud cases. Lynch is known for a low-key personality and stirred little controversy during her 2 tenures as U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of New York. The Senate twice previously has voted to confirm her as a federal prosecutor, the last time in 2010. In a statement, White House spokesman Josh Earnest called Lynch a strong, independent prosecutor and said Obama would formally announce her nomination to be the nation's top law enforcement official at an event in the White House Roosevelt Room on Saturday. Sources close to the administration said they expect Lynch will generate little controversy, making for a smooth Senate confirmation process. Chuck Grassley, the top Republican on the Senate Judiciary Committee, said she will receive a fair but thorough vetting by the panel. Her nomination would be one of the first big changes for Obama to announce after Republicans won control of the Senate in congressional elections on Tuesday. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.